Welcome to Exponential News, your daily dose of what's happening at the edge of the exponential age. We break down the latest in AI, crypto, space, and frontier tech so you don't miss the signal in the noise. Okay, let's dive in. We've got a lot to get through today. We're tracking some major signals across the board, from these huge capital shifts happening in crypto all the way to the new hardware that's literally redefining our physical world. So we're going to start in the world of digital assets, where, believe me, some absolutely massive capital shifts are taking place. First up, just look at this number, $943 million. That's how much Ethereum whales and a bunch of new institutional wallets bought up in just 48 hours. What's crazy is that this huge buying spree is happening even while some ETFs are actually selling off. So what does this actually mean? Well, we're seeing the strongest signs yet of a coming Ethereum supply shock. As you can see, these huge players, these whales, are literally draining exchanges of all the available ETH. And when supply gets that tight, the stage is set for some potentially massive volatility ahead. And speaking of big bets, you can't not talk about the ultimate Bitcoin bull, Michael Saylor. He just hit a major milestone. He's now officially on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, and as you can see, Forbes actually pegs his fortune even higher than that. But here's why this really matters. It's not just about one guy's wealth. Saylor's fortune is a direct reflection of his company's deep conviction in Bitcoin. This whole thing cements Bitcoin's role as a mainstream corporate treasury asset, and that is a powerful, powerful signal for the entire space. And you know, this trend isn't just a Western thing. Not at all. Asia is making a huge move to catch up. Look at this. $1 billion. Sora Ventures just announced Asia's very first Bitcoin treasury fund of this size, and they've already got $200 million committed. This just goes to show you that the corporate demand that Saylor really pioneered is now officially going global. All right, Section 2. Building the new financial rails. We're moving from the assets themselves to the actual infrastructure that is going to power the future of money. So this brings us right to the infrastructure layer. And right now, a battle is brewing over the future of stablecoin payments, with two really different approaches. As you see here, you've got giants like Stripe building for pure, insane speed with their new blockchain, Tempo. And then you have Fireblocks, which is totally focused on global scale and compliance. And this whole stablecoin adoption thing is hitting some major milestones. We're seeing it on the government level now, with Kazakhstan becoming the very first country to accept stablecoins for official fees. And then in the public markets, you've got StablecoinX, which has raised nearly $900 million as it gets ready for a NASDAQ listing. This is all getting very real, very fast. Okay, Section 3 is all about hardware's exponential leap, where we are really redefining the physical world. Now let's shift from digital to physical. Tesla is making a major and I think brilliant play to become an infrastructure partner for businesses. They're now letting companies buy and host their own superchargers, and Tesla handles all the operations. It's a genius move to accelerate EV adoption by embedding charging stations right into the commercial landscape. Meanwhile, you've got Neuralink, which is just pushing the absolute boundaries of the human-machine interface with an incredibly ambitious goal. After doing its first surgeries outside the US, the company is now aiming for a clinical rollout of vision-restoring implants by 2026. Just think about that. This could be one of the most profound medical breakthroughs of our lifetime. And this progress isn't isolated. These major hardware leaps are all happening at the same time. We're talking about the largest humanoid robot deal in history. We're talking about SpaceX making its 111th launch this year look routine, and a potential 10x breakthrough for fusion energy. The key point is, these aren't just lab experiments anymore. These are real-world deployments and real-world solutions. All right, Section 4, Platforms and AI Evolve. Let's take a look at the software and the social layers that are being built right on top of all this new hardware. So on top of all this new hardware, the software and intelligence layers are evolving just as quickly. Roblox is making a direct play for the creator economy with Moments, basically turning its massive gaming platform into a social video feed that could seriously challenge a company like TikTok. And then in the world of AI, something pretty profound has just been demonstrated. New research shows that an AI can now interpret really complex social interactions. I mean, things like body language and hostility, as well as humans can. In fact, in some cases, the AI was actually more consistent in its assessments. So why does this matter? Well, this marks a huge leap in AI's ability to understand nuanced human connection. And that could transform everything from healthcare to our digital assistants. It leaves us with a really big question to think about. How will our world change when machines can understand social context as well as, or maybe even better than, we can? That's it for today's Exponential News. To dive deeper and see how we're building in public, visit exponentialtom.com and join our community.